And I want to take you straight to the ground now. 39 people have been killed. Vijay has finally broken his silence. Security has allegedly been beefed up outside his residence. The irony is absolutely shattering that after 39 of actor Vijay's supporters have been killed in a stampede where the actor had actually arrived 7 hours late, now security has apparently been beefed up outside Vijay's residence in Chennai. Many people continue to fight for their lives in the Karur hospital. The actor has announced 20 lakh rupees to each of the families that have been affected in this terrible tragedy. The Prime Minister has also reacted, as have leaders across the board, because 39 is mass death in a political rally, perhaps the highest number of deaths ever to be counted in a political rally. Expressing deep sorrow, Vijay said he's at a loss for words. Speaking 6 hours after the tragedy, he simply bolted from Karur as soon as trouble hit. He didn't stop, he didn't wait. He was escorted out of Karur to Chennai, and he left immediately despite everyone expecting that he would stay back given the scale of the tragedy. He announced a compensation, like I said, of 20 lakh rupees for the families of those who lost their lives and assured all possible support to those injured, which is, in everyone's view, the absolute minimum that Vijay should be doing. He should probably face action himself, but his top aide has been booked by the police. Vijay also said he stands with the victims and shares in their grief. In a major development, the Tamil Nadu police have booked TVK General Secretary N. Anand. He's the number 2 man to Vijay and a top aide, along with 4 others in connection with what happened last night. Anand, seen as the party's second in command, now faces legal action as the investigation into the Karur tragedy gathers pace. Okay, we've got some breaking news right now. The investigative panel that's been set up by the state government has begun its work. An ex-judge, a retired judge, will be leading the probe into the Karur stampede that has killed 39 people, including 9 children. The Deputy Chief Minister said the panel has begun its probe. The government's commission will be 39 deaths. The probe starts today. The inquiry commission has begun. Udayanidhi Stalin has spoken to NDTV and said that the probe panel has begun. It is led by retired Judge Aruna Jagadisan, who will be arriving in Karur later in the day to begin an on-ground investigation into the lapses that led to the 39 deaths that took place in a stampede at that rally. Sam Daniel is live with me from Chennai. Ritu is with us on the ground in Karur. Ritu, coming quickly to you first. You're on the ground at the epicenter of this tragedy. What is the current situation on ground? Where are the families? Are they being taken care of? There are many injured who are still fighting for their lives as well. The forensics team, the probe team will be arriving to the point where you are, where those 39 people died, Ritu.
Well, you see the hospital corridors here, she was completely filled with the cries, and it's quite a heartbreaking scene what is really getting unfolded here. You see right in front of me that I can see on my right hand side, the body, the family members are here to collect the body. You can see them crying, the grief is palpable over here. The cries are louder, all that. The elders, the children, the youngsters who all came to see their loved star, basically Vijay, never ever imagined that the day would turn into this sort of a nightmare. You see now on my right hand side, while the body is getting collected, on the other side there are family members who are crying for it, all that they really did not imagine this was coming on their way. However, we also know that the former CM, in fact, the OPS is also inside. He's also gone to meet the family members of the injured ones, in fact, and also there to console them as well, to give them hopes that they are all with them to provide all sort of a help that is required. In fact, I'll also want to show you what is happening on the left hand side of me, where you have the family members there standing and crying. In fact, you can see that scene. They're also crying over here as they wait for their loved one's body that needs to be collected over here. They are also in an unimaginable pain here, that they really have no idea what really has happened there, because they were not there when they heard about it. It's something that, it's quite heartbreaking for them now. You can see the family members there sitting right in front of the hospital waiting for the body to come. Amma, yaar enna aichi konja solunga. All right, therein we try and understand their situation.
Yeah.
We understand what happened with them, their situation as well. But see, this is how the hospital, the premises really looks like over here.
So Ritu, that's really terrible. The place where you're standing right now is a crowd of those affected directly by what happened last evening. I cannot imagine what those families are going through. Compensation has been announced, but they've lost children, husbands, mothers, sisters, and these are common people, and that's perhaps one of the reasons why this hasn't become an even bigger international story. Let's always remember that when the poor and when the underprivileged die, they are but cannon fodder. They are but expendable lives. That's how cheap life is in this country. And that is also the reason why NDTV will cover this story until justice is delivered. Sam Daniel, our bureau chief, is live with us from Chennai as well. Sam, we did see Vijay, leave conspicuously from Karur right after this tragedy. He was probably taken away before there was any more trouble. We're hearing, security has been beefed up at his residence. He's put out 2 statements as well. Are we expecting to hear more from Vijay? Action is being taken against his party. His top aide, N. Anand, has also been booked. Sam, what are you hearing?
Shiv, so far Vijay has restricted his comments to the tragedy and has not talked about the violations or responding to allegations of violations. And so far, there's no clarity whether Vijay would continue his political campaigns from the next weekend. We understand there could be another statement coming from TVK, possibly announcing a rescheduling of these campaigns. And this has certainly come as a huge shocker. And one would have thought that TVK chief actor Vijay would have at least spoken to the media, either at the Trichy airport before he took off, when the tragedy had already unfolded last night, or at least on his arrival at the Chennai airport. But he chose to issue first a short statement on X, condoling loss of lives and saying that his heart is completely broken and he is struggling without words. And he has again issued another statement sometime back now, and here he has yet again condoled loss of lives and prayed that those who are injured would be recovering soon. And he has announced a compensation of 20 lakh rupees for those who have lost their lives, the family members, and 2 lakh rupees for those who are injured and are being treated. So we expect possibly Vijay may also want to visit the family members of those who are injured, and also to console family members who have lost their near and dear ones. But this could happen little later. But at this time, investigation also is gaining momentum, with the police slowly roping in office bearers of the TVK. It began with the district secretary, who's in charge of the western part of Karur, the Karur West District Secretary. And then now they have also roped in the party's number 2 in command, second in command, Anand, who is the general secretary of the party, for alleged attempt to murder, culpable homicide, and also for endangering public safety in that sense. The police claim there were very many violations, right from delay in coming there, mobilizing larger crowds, inadequate supply of water and food, and also bringing in large crowds to an already packed area, which had triggered a stampede-like situation. There's no response yet from Vijay himself, but his advocate last night denied these allegations, saying that they had complied with every single condition imposed by the police. Several questions are also being raised against the police's preparedness and their deployment, of whether they had deployed adequate police forces on the ground, particularly after it became clear that the crowd is surging since there is an extremely long delay in Vijay's coming there. Police say they had deployed 500 police personnel, 350 on the ground at the rally and 150 en route. But is it enough? Shouldn't the police have brought in reinforcements in proportion to the added crowd? That's something, another tough question being asked. Police at the moment say everything was in place, but because of these violations, because of the overcrowding, this had happened.
There are big questions for Vijay. There are big questions for his party. There are big questions for the TVK and Vijay himself. There are big questions for his inner circle, his team, the organizers of this particular event, because 39 poor people are dead and nobody is going to give a damn beyond a certain point. And that's the reason why NDTV has deployed in Karur to ask the big questions that Sam Daniel is asking right here, uncensored, without any hesitation. We will ask questions to everyone that is a stakeholder in what happened yesterday.